I'm going to tell you a story real quick. When I first started posting these videos, when I first started this series activated, I had some self-doubts. I had some doubts that I had about this whole series. Like, am I going to be able to do it? I don't really like that first video. Am I going to be able to do this? Am I capable of doing this? I started having these self-doubts instantly, right after it. And in the moments before me making the decision that I was going to do it, I didn't have any self-doubts. But then after, I had self-doubts that inflicted upon me. And they kind of deterred me away. They made me they made me question, like, am I actually capable of doing this? Or like, why am I doing this? I don't think we should do it this way. And I kept on having these self-doubts, these questions that just kept on popping in my head. And I was just kept on questioning, like, is this the right thing? Am I going to do this? And in that moment, I was just questioning, asking questions. Questioning, am I right for this? Am I going to complete this? What happens if I don't do this right? What happens if I cheat myself? Things like this. And I just want to say that, like, self-doubts they're going to happen. They're going to happen to you. And I instantly snapped out of it. I snapped out of it because I don't like negativity. I don't like being around negative people. I don't like negative sayings. I don't like people that are naturally negative. And what self-doubt is, it's a negative limitation over yourself. It's you implying that you're not capable of doing it, and that you don't have the confidence to get it. You don't have the confidence to make it. And I want you to stop living in negativity and stop living in self-doubt. Like, you are going to have self-doubts. It's part of being a human. Everyone has them. But you got to realize that that's just an emotion. Think about it. Emotions are temporary. We have emotions. You probably face maybe 5 emotions, 6 emotions, 2 emotions a day, but you probably don't just experience one emotion throughout the whole entire day. You're probably not happy the whole entire day. You're probably not sad the whole entire day. The whole. And if you are, I feel like you kind of have to change your mindset. Because emotion is temporary, and emotion is just a simple part of your, or not as simple, it's just a tiny part of your day. Because that emotion can change. Anything can change. Your emotion will change. And self-doubt is simply just an emotion. And after I was doubting myself, I was like, why am I doubting myself? First of all, is it because I don't have enough confidence? And second of all, is it because I think I'm not cut out for it? And I just want to ask you a question here. Why not you? Why not you? Why are you not capable? Why do you think that you're not capable? What makes it seem that you're not able to make it happen? Why are you not able to go there? Ask yourself those questions. Like, seriously, ask yourself. Why am I not able to make it happen? And yes, maybe if your goal is way too extreme, like, why am I not able to make the NBA? I mean, who knows? Maybe I could. But the thing is, like, your self-doubts and self-limitations you put on yourself, they're going to happen. And I just want to let you know that you are capable of making it happen, and you are certainly able to make it. You just have to believe in yourself. Because at first, no one's going to believe in you. No one's going to believe in me. No one's going to believe in me right now. No one's going to believe in this process. No one is going to believe right now. Maybe some might. I know I do. Some might. Some might say that to do, but they really don't. But in order to make it there, you have to believe in yourself. No one's going to believe in you at first. No one believed in me 2 months ago. No one knew who I was. And certainly, I sure didn't even know I was capable of doing this. But I believed myself. I believed that I was capable, but I didn't realize it would end up like this. And you have to believe in yourself first, and because that's the main thing. And people are going to start to believe in you when you start showing some signs of results. Once you start showing that you're able and capable of doing it, that's when others are going to believe in you. But what needs to happen before that? You have to believe in yourself first. You have to believe that you are capable. And I want to let you know that anything is possible. Anything. Anything. And you might be saying, what about my current situation? What this situation I'm in right now? I'm in a cripload of debt. I'm in depression. I'm not cut out for this. That just means you have to work harder. That just means that you have to pick up the speed. You have to work harder. You're at a disadvantage. But let me tell you, it's your own story. And at the end of and after those self-doubts and limitations I had on myself, I just sat with myself and I decided to get real with myself. Like, why are we having these emotions? Why are we having this emotion? Maybe because I just wasn't feeling it. Maybe because I wasn't being realistic. Maybe I was doubting myself. Maybe I was down on myself. Maybe I wasn't seeing I had a bad day or whatever it may be. But right after I posted that first video, I kept on having some self-doubts. Like, is this the right thing? Is this the right title? Is this the right whatever? And that kind of ties into perfection too. Like, you're never going to be perfect. There's never going to be the perfect thing that's going to exist. There's never going to be the perfect way to get your message across. You're always going to have the flaws within your craft. But the constant improvement within those and the constantly building on and improving on those is what makes this process so unique and what makes me love this thing every single day. To get up and get fired and focus on those flaws and fix those flaws, because you're always going to have flaws. You're always going to mess up. You're always going to have a mistake. You always got to learn from something, you know? Like any inventor, any great inventor of any time, they messed up. Anyone great, they've messed up. Anyone that you know of, anyone that you know their name, they've messed up. Anyone that you know has had a low point. Anyone that you know thought that they couldn't do it at one point. But how do you think they got to where they've got? How do you think we know of all these great people? How do we know of all these extraordinary people? Because they believed in yourself, believed in themselves. They knew, and they knew that they were able to do it. And part of that is you have to have a plan for it. And over these next 6 months, you got to plan. You got to be strategic with it. You got to be strategic with the way that you talk. You got to be strategic with the way that you're communicating to yourself. You got to be strategic with what you tell yourself. You got to be strategic with what you put in your body. You have to be strategic with what you do with your body, you know? And if you sit here and doubt yourself, if you sit here and think that you're not capable of it, I'm telling you that you are. You may not think you're too old, I'm too young, I'm too whatever, I'm too fat, I'm so out of shape, I'm so whatever it may be. I'm just giving you a few examples of self-doubts you might have on yourself. And if you constantly have self-doubts, if you constantly say that, I'm too young for this, those are the same people that then say that they're too old for it. And those are the same people that say that they're not cut out for it. And those same people that self-doubt themselves, drag themselves down, give them reasons to not try, are the same people that never try. So are you going to be the person that never tries, or are you going to be the person that at least attempts to try? Because I know failure is going to happen. There are going to be days when you're going to fail. There are going to be times when you don't fail. There are going to be losses you take along the way. There are going to be things that you wish you did differently. I wish I did things differently here. But failure is a part of the journey. Failure is just a step along the way. And for some people, it might push you a few steps back. It might knock you off your feet. It might push you down. It might break you. It might tear you. It might rip you apart. But guess what? That failure that you feel is essential to be on this journey. People learn from failures. You have to learn from failures. What is that failure conveying to you that you may not have heard the first time, or you may not have picked up the first time? In that, whatever it may be, stop having self-doubt. Stop living in self-doubt. Because this 6 months, whatever this months may be, in time, it may seem far away right now. It may seem like it's not attainable. You're not able to get there. I'm not cut out for this. I'm not capable of doing that. I'm not capable of being disciplined to myself. Yes, you are. Anyone that's great. Any of the great people, whatever. Whatever you want to say, great people, whatever. They're all human. They're all human. Anyone that's made something great, they're all human. So what does that mean? Everyone's human. Anyone that you see that has done anything great, anyone that you see that you admire, anyone that you see that you look up to, they're human too. They're human too. You got to realize that. That these people that you admire, these people that you look up to, are no different than you. They're no different than you. We're all human. We're all human. You got to realize that. That there's literally nothing that you can't accomplish. And the biggest disability in life is a bad mindset. The biggest disability in life is having a losing mentality, is having self-doubts that inflict upon you, is being too emotional. Because you get too emotional over one day, if you get too emotional over one video, if you get too emotional over one day of your life, telling yourself that you can't do it, you're only digging yourself a bigger hole. Because when I look back onto who I was, and for some people I may have looked great on the outside. For some people, you may have wanted to be me back then. You may have wanted to be in my shoes. You may have wished you had what I had, but I was like mentally where I was not where I wanted to be at all. And like I had dreams and had goals, never acted on them. Or I actually did act on them. But for what, one day, 1 week? That's not sustainable. That's not sustainable. And self-doubt is going to happen. There are going to be days when you wake up, you're not always going to be motivated. You're not always going to have this get up and go attitude. You're not always going to be in the right headspace. You're not always going to have that mentality. Because it's an emotion. It's a temporary feeling. And then when you have those self-doubts, you just got to know that another day, another second, another minute, another hour, another work day that you push forward, another shift you push forward, that you push through, you're one step closer. You are one step closer into building upon who you want to be. And this challenge, this journey, whatever, is really tough. It is tough. It's not easy. So I understand why you're having self-doubts, and I understand why you could be having self-doubts. But I just want to let you know that you are capable of doing this. Anyone is. Anyone can make it happen. Anyone is capable of doing it. Anyone. And I mean anyone. Like, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you've gone through, no matter your financial situation, no matter where you live, no matter the shoes that you wear, no matter anything is possible. And having self-doubts, thinking that you're not chosen for it, thinking that you're not capable of doing it, is only dragging you down. And you got to realize that those thoughts, those self-doubts are temporary. They are temporary. They're only there for a minute. And the thing is that you're not going to be perfect. So stop acting like you have to be a perfect person. Stop acting like you have to have it all together. Because the people that you see on TV, whatever it may be, the people that you idolize, that you think have it all together, they really don't. They really don't have it all together. And someone may look perfect on the outside, but on the inside, they might be broken. So, with that being said, you are capable of doing this. You are capable of going on this journey with me. And we're going to make it happen. Whether you give up along the way and stop, that's completely okay. But I want to let you know that there's always a second chance. Like if you give up and you fail along the way, just know that that's just a failure part of the journey. But I want you to succeed. I want you to stick with it for this next 6 months because it's gonna be a hard 6 months. But anyways, that's kind of all I have for today. Stop living in self-doubt. It's an emotion. It's a feeling. That self-doubt you have that you don't think that you can do it really stems from a lack of confidence, a lack of courage, and a lack of belief in yourself. You gotta start. You gotta start with here. You gotta start within here. And in here. Like this thing is like this thing is the biggest part of your this is the biggest part of your body. This is the most important part of your body, your brain. And through your mind, you're able to do extraordinary things. And I hope you know that. I hope you know that through your mind, you're able to accomplish anything that you want. Anything that you want, I would say anything that you desire. Anything that you desire, you're able to get. And I hope you have a great day. And just know we'll be back at it tomorrow. And the next day. 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 We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. We're here. We're here. We're here. I'm here. I hope you're here too. I hope you're locked and loaded. I hope you're locked in. I hope that you're in this. I hope that you're in this with me. I hope that you are. I really hope so. Because I have no clue. I mean, maybe you might leave a comment and tell me that you are. But other than that, I have no clue if you are. I have no clue if you quit already. I don't know if you cheated yourself. And the best thing is to tell the truth. Tell the truth to yourself. All right. Well, we'll see you tomorrow.